Hello, my name is Irina. Today I will show you an example of how to make a simple animated video lesson. I believe that videos and animations are a powerful instructional tool that will keep any audience engaged, regardless of the age group, gender, educational, or cultural background. Animations in particular are very flexible and can be applied to almost any learning material. You can use animations to teach through storytelling. Animations are great for explaining complex ideas. Animations create powerful associations that help our minds save the newly learned material in our long-term memory files. Plus, if you create a really good and engaging animation or video, the brains of your audience will produce the happy dopamine, which will amplify your learning objectives on all fronts. I'll guide you through the process of creating a 1-minute animated video lesson. To keep it simple, I chose a very familiar topic, washing hands. I borrowed some informational content from the CDC website and livened it up with some royalty-free multimedia. I'll be using a combination of visual and audio media, including animated text, also known as kinetic typography, whiteboard animation, motion graphics, standard images, and video. For audio, I'll be using background music, sound effects, and my own recorded voice-over narration. There are several video and animation tools that anyone can use. You don't have to have any prior experience creating animations. These tools are just as easy to learn as Google Slides or PowerPoint. The tool featured in my tutorial is Moovly. It's a cloud-based platform for creating animated videos, video presentations, animated infographics, or any other mix of animation and motion graphics. Just like many other similar platforms, Moovly allows you to set up a free subscription plan, which will have certain limitations. The free plan will have a limited video length, limited number of personal media uploads, and the worst limitation, in my opinion, is the watermark on all the videos that you create using this tool. It's a great idea to start with a free account, which will give you the opportunity to explore the tool and decide whether you like it or not. But once you decide to share your project with an audience or publish it on social media, you should subscribe for the Pro plan. The first step is very easy. You go to moovly.com and click Get Started. Pick one of the three options below. I will choose Education. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'll pretend to be a teacher and select Explain a lesson topic. Now, click Sign up for free. The site will prompt you to create a free account, which you'll be able to upgrade at any time. I have already upgraded mine, so you won't see the Moovly watermark in my video lesson. Now let's go to the dashboard and click Create Project. You can start from scratch, use a template, or request a quote from Moovly to create a professional video project for you. I want to do my project from scratch, so I will click New Project. We are in the Moovly Studio Editor. Let me expand it. The Moovly Studio has 4 key areas. The library, which contains media objects that you can use to build your content. There is a wide variety of free objects in the library. In addition, you can buy any object you like from the iStock library or upload your own files. You can also record your voice and save it as an audio file here to use for your projects. Now let's look at the stage. The stage is the area where you visually compose your content. Here is the timeline. You will use it to time and synchronize the appearance and animation of your objects. And finally, the properties area, where you can adjust the preferences of every object you use on the stage. First, let's give a name to our project. I want to call it How to Wash Your Hands. This is where I can type the name. The Moovly Studio Editor will be auto-saving your progress. However, Since it's a cloud-based application, there is always a risk that there may be an interruption in your Wi-Fi connection or some problems on the server, so I recommend that from time to time you click the Save button. Okay, we're all set up. Let's start building our project. As I mentioned earlier, our content will consist of visual and audio objects. We will organize the content into clips. Each clip will represent a little scene in our video. Depending on the scene, a clip can be built around a single object or a compilation of objects. In the left corner of the timeline, you have the outline of your content. Let's start by clicking this little button in the corner to add a clip. Right now, it's just an empty folder, which we will need to fill with content for our first scene. Let's give it a name. It's totally up to you how to name your clips, or you can leave them unnamed. I prefer to name each clip in a way that immediately refers to what's in its content. I also like to keep them numbered so I can see the sequence of my scenes, although I can change the order of the clips at any time. My video lesson will be about washing hands. I want to start with a silly cartoonish introduction consisting of about 4 clips. For the first clip, I'll use kinetic typography, which is a fancy term for animated text. I'll use a 3-word sentence. Each word will appear on the screen as a separate text object. To add a text object, I'm going to left-click on this text symbol and then left-click on the stage area. I can drag my text around, change its size and rotate. In the Properties area, I can select the font size, style, color, and so on. For the font, I'll choose Special Elite. The first word of my introductory sentence will be germs. I'll need to add 2 more text objects for my other 2 words. I'll just copy my first text by either clicking this copy symbol or just press Ctrl C. Now I'll type my words and rearrange them on the stage the way I like them. Here is our complete sentence. Germs are everywhere. A little scary, isn't it? Now let's look at what's happening on our timeline. There is a layer with a colored bar for every object we have put on the stage. Each bar shows the overall timing of an object and indicates where it will appear and disappear. We can move each bar horizontally and make it longer or shorter. If you want to select 2 or more objects, press the Ctrl key and then click on the layers that represent the objects you want to select. Now you can move the bars jointly as a group. If you want to select all objects in a clip, click on the clip. By default, our objects are all set to start at the very beginning of the video and disappear in 5 seconds. That's not how I want it. First, I'll move the clip 1 second forward from the beginning. If it starts right away, it will look a little weird. Then, I want the words to appear one by one. I'll leave the word germs exactly where it is now. Then I'll move R about 2 seconds forward, and I'll move everywhere 2 more seconds forward. I want each word to stay on the screen till the end of the clip, so I'll drag them here. Now let's click the play button to see what we have built so far. Boring, isn't it? That's because we haven't added any animations to our objects yet. Let's return to the start. To add animation to an object, I'm going to click on the layer that's assigned to the object and then click the Add Animation button. For the word germs, I want to add animation for the entry, so I click Enter, and from all the entry options I see here, I want to choose Typewriter In. Nice. Just like with objects themselves, I can drag the animation line to make it longer or shorter. I'll leave it where it was. If at some point I decide to remove this animation, I can just click this remove symbol. Now let's add one more animation to this object. This time I'll choose Move and Transform, Move Up. I want this object to move up right after it appears on the screen. So the Move and Transform animation should start right after the entry animation. To do that, I'll move this red vertical line, which represents a specific point in time, to where I want my move animation to begin. Now let's add animation and select Move Up. This animation line is too long. I'll make it this short. And the last animation I want to add to the word germs will be the exit animation. But I want all the words from this clip to disappear from the screen at the same time, and with the same animation style, I'll just apply one exit animation to all of them. I will select the entire clip and then click Add Animation. Go to Exit. I will choose Fade Out. Now all the objects in this clip will fade out from the screen at the same time and speed. Now let's select my next object, the word R. To see it on your stage panel, drag the red vertical line, the time indicator, until it touches the yellow bar representing the word. I just realized that I want exactly the same entry animation for all three words in my clip. So again, I'll select the entire clip, then Add Animation, Enter, Typewriter in. Great. I want the word R to move up soon after it shows up on the screen, so I'll add the Move and Transform animation to it, just like I did to the word germs. I want it to start right here after the entry animation. This time I'll only select the R layer and I'll shorten this animation. The last word, everywhere, already has entry and exit animations. I'd like to add a move and transform animation to this word too. But this time I want to do something more dramatic than just moving the word up. I want it to slowly zoom in. The zoom in will start right after the entry animation. So I'll move the red line, the time indicator, here. And now I can add the animation. This time I want the animation to be as long as possible to make my zoom in effect rather slow. This animation will fill in all the time between the entry and exit animations. Now let's preview what we have. Go to the start and click play. We have built our first clip. It will take the first 9 seconds of our video. To make sure nothing gets lost, let's click the Save button. Okay, clip number 2. Now that we have made a claim that germs are everywhere, we should illustrate it with some images. I want to use free motion graphics from Moovly's library. Let's go to the library, type germs in the search area, and press Enter. I want to scroll down to Storyblocks, which Moovly uses for its free collection, and see if I find something interesting there. This germ looks very cute. Let's click it to preview it in the Properties panel. He actually has his whole family here. This, this, and I see one more. Okay, To add an object to the stage, you'll just need to drag it from the library and drop it in the stage area. This is what it would look like if we only had one object, but I want to use all 5 of them. I'll need to make this germ smaller to make sure his family members fit here as well. This looks like a good size. Okay, I'll have 4 more of these. It may get a little crowded here. Now let's take care of the timing. I want the germs to show up on the screen one by one. I'll let this green germ be the first and move each next germ about half a second forward from the previous one. In clips 3 and 4, we'll use more kinetic typography. Clip 3 will be just 2 words, don't panic. So I'll add a new clip and name it just like that, don't panic. Let's move it just 1 second forward from clip number 2 to have a little bit of transition from our motion graphics to the text objects. I'll add one text object for the word don't, another one for the word panic, and one more for the exclamation mark. I want the words to show up one by one in the middle of the screen and then move up. Each will show up about 1 second after the previous. First goes the don't, then panic, and the last but not least, the exclamation mark. And I want this whole clip to last for as long as 15 seconds. I will select all 3 bars in the timeline by pressing the Control key. We will go all the way to 32. Now it's time to animate. I'll add the same animation effects to all 3 objects, so I'll just keep them all selected. For the entry, we'll use bounce in, and for the exit, we'll choose wedge out. I think the exit effect should last for at least 3 seconds. To add a little bit of drama, I'll expand the entry time for the exclamation mark to 2 seconds. I'll deselect all the objects and only focus on the exclamation mark. And the last animation we'll add to this clip will be the move up effect. One more time, I select all the layers holding the Control key and add move up, which we'll find under move and transform. I want all 3 objects to move up at the same time right after the last object, the exclamation mark, completes entering the screen. And we're done. Add clip, clip 4. The words in this clip will be wash your hands with an exclamation mark. Let's check the timeline. The new clip moved all the way to the end of the previous clip, but we want them to overlap. Let me drag it back. I want to start it right here, when the text objects from the previous clip are done moving, but haven't left the scene yet. The kinetic typography in this clip will be slightly different from the previous one. Here, we'll have each letter appear one by one. Guess what this means? Yes, we'll need to add a text object for each letter and for the exclamation mark. I'll just do the old-fashioned copy-pasting. When I need to copy or move a group of objects together, I just draw a rectangle around them. Our introduction is almost ready. All we have left is to add some background music. Moovly has a good collection of free audio files. I'll go to the library and scroll down to Story Blocks and pick music. I really like this piece, so I'll select it. Now our music has been added. It will show up on our timeline as a red bar. After the introduction, I'll finally introduce the title of my video lesson. This will be my clip 5. For this clip, I'll be using some whiteboard animation. Let's go to the library and find the doodle marker under the graphics. I could start from scratch and use one of these images or upload my own, but for this project I want to borrow one of the doodle clips that Moovly has already built for us. I'll choose this one. You can preview it in the Properties panel. Looks great. All I have to do is to drag this clip into the stage area. We have only 2 more clips left, and they will be quick and easy, I promise. Let's make sure our next clip starts right after the previous one. In this clip, I will be using a video and my own voice-over recording. First, let's add a video. You can make your own video and upload it into your personal library using this Upload Media button. Or you can use one of the videos from Moovly's collection. In the search bar in the library panel, I'll type Wash Hands. Then I'll scroll down to Story Blocks and pick a free video that I like. I like this one. Now let's do the recording. Click the Record button and select Record Audio. Click this big red button to start recording and click Pause when you're done. Now you can listen to your recording by clicking the play button. If you don't like it, click Clear Recording. If you like it, enter a name for your recording and click Save. Your recording will appear as an audio file in your personal library. The video we have added to our project is 30 seconds long, so I'll try to make my narration about 30 seconds too. Now I'll take my audio file and drag it onto the stage. Now I'd like to highlight the main ideas from my narration. To do that, I'll create a few text objects and place them right over the video. Our last clip will be a simple conclusion. We'll use a pre-built clip from Moovly's library. Let's go to Infographics and add this clip. Let's slowly drag our time indicator to see all the objects that will appear in this clip. Great. I will type in my text. Our short video lesson is ready. Now let me quickly show you how to publish it. Go to Save and choose Save and Exit. You can download the video as an MP4 video file or publish it to Facebook, Moovly Gallery, YouTube, or Vimeo. I have published this project on YouTube. Let's watch it. Wet your hands and apply soap. Lather your hands by rubbing them together with the soap. Be sure to lather the backs of your hands between your fingers and under your nails. Scrub your hands for at least 20 seconds. If you need a timer, hum the Happy Birthday song from beginning to end twice. Rinse your hands well under clean running water. Dry your hands using a clean towel.